commonly known as AI, by all the students. She, however, warned institutions of higher education to be cautious of the dangers associated with artificial intelligence to the learners. First Lady was opening the 6th annual conference of the National Council for Higher Education in Mbarara. Philip Aguta has it all.
The First Lady Janet Museveni has recognized the role artificial intelligence plays in the world and says Uganda and Africa should not be left behind. She was opening the 6th annual conference for National Council for Higher Education at Hotel Triangle in Mbarara City. The conference focused mainly on adoption and integration of AI in the higher institutions of learning.
That the recent technological advancement in information and communication technology, ICT, computer systems that have popularized what we know today as artificial intelligence are neither new nor a recent invention. And somebody said that before me, artificial intelligence, the science of creating computer systems that mimic human intelligence abilities, such as learning, reasoning, decision-making, and ultimately problem-solving abilities, is still a phenomenon that is not well understood by most of us.
She pledged to support infrastructure investments that support the use of artificial intelligence, but warned the institutions of higher education to be cautious of the dangers associated with artificial intelligence to the learners.
We learn how to learn through basic routines like observation, reading, writing, collaboration, interaction with a learning facilitator, interpersonal feedback, and the like. It is well known that educational digital gadgets do interfere with the above processes of learning, how to learn, because the people factor gets compromised. And the young people become engrossed in their digital gadgets. They don't listen to people anymore. They don't listen even to teachers sometimes.
The Executive Director, National Council for Higher Education, Professor Marija Enokwakolan, chairperson, acknowledged that artificial intelligence will have to be regulated.
Management for decision support and policy formulation, we have adopted AI research assistance and analysis tools. AI is also expected to improve data collection surveys for annual state of higher education, as well as case studies to inform policy and enhance regulation.
Pleasing to note that some institutions have already embarked on this journey by initiating policies. Others have AI clubs, but this is just still ad hoc, as it were. We still need a national policy in this area.
In a keynote address, Professor Lawrence Muganga and other educationists decried the low pace at which government is investing in
These
AI.
people have invested 500 billions into AI in a single year, 2025. Then the European Union, $220 billion. China, $137 billion. France, $114 billion. The United Kingdom, $19 billion. Abu Dhabi has made it even worse. Okay, best for themselves. 1.5 trillion in different startups and data centers that are going to support AI development. Canada, about 2 billion. Egypt, 300 million. South Africa and Kenya, 2 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason why, for the first time in history, any economy is investing these sums of money into one field, AI. Again,
the conference was on the theme, Challenges, Best practices and strategies for artificial intelligence integration in higher education in Uganda. Philip Aguta compiled this report.
The Electoral Commission has gazetted Kawempe North MP-elect Nalukola Luyimbazi Elias. The National Unity Platform candidate Nalukola won Kawempe North by-election with 17,764 votes, beating 9 other candidates in the March 12, 2025.
The National Unity Platform MP-elect in the 12th March Kawempe North by-election, Nalukola Luyimbazi Elias, has been gazetted hours after the Electoral Commission met and assured NUP leaders that it saw no reason why Nalukola could not be gazetted.
The steps that are being taken to conclude the processes relating to publishing and gazetting results, and we've told them that we are in course and this is being handled by us, and they've left with those assurances.
The EC also clarified why the gazette process had delayed, noting that they were analyzing the aftermath of the election.
So the rest of the conversations had to do with still post-election issues.
Nalukola Luyimbazi Elias won Kawempe North by-election with 17,764 votes. Gazetting of MP-elect Nalukola puts an end to worries by Nalukola supporters and advocates of democratic electoral processes.
Said that for them they have already sent this information to UPPC and that anytime. Unfortunately, they didn't give us a clear date because they said they are not the ones in charge of UPPC, but for them they said they've done their part and sent the name. They also said that the reason why there has been a delay has been because of the violence and the issues that were encountered, that they were waiting for a report from the returning officer and all.
They have promised us that the gazette will be out soon, that they have already sent the document which is intended to be published. So in the near future, if the gazette is not out, we shall inform you when we are to visit the headquarters of UPPC to ask them why it is taking snail's pace to have the gazette effected.
I'm Nafka Farida and Rogers Komagum in Kampala.
UBC News Tonight. The Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Finance, Ramadan Gobi, has said that Uganda's economy is resilient on debt sustainability. While touring the roofing's rolling mills facility in Namamve, Gobi said that Uganda's debt levels are among the lowest in the region, attributing it to sound macroeconomic management policies.
Uganda's debt to GDP ratio and overall debt sustainability are within safe limits due to sound macroeconomic management policies. During a visit to Roofing's rolling mills in Namamve, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Ramadan Gobi, reaffirmed government's commitment to safeguarding investors and their businesses.
When it comes to the overall macroeconomic management, our debt level in Uganda is among the lowest in the region. You can Uganda check debt to GDP ratios across, then debt service cost across the world. Check. And then you see where Uganda is vis-a-vis other economies. This is not by chance, but by deliberate macroeconomic management policies which we have in place, including debt sustainability.
He underscored the manufacturing sector in upholding Uganda's tenfold growth strategy.
And we are using the ATMs. And the aim is actually aligned to this. It is mineral-based industrialization, which means turning our iron ore into steel products. That's it.
Roofing's Group, a leading producer of quality steel products in Uganda, is currently partnering with Danieli Group of Italy to establish a state-of-the-art production facility at Namamve. The company aims to double production capacity to meet both local and regional demand.
We are exporting and gaining the market share everywhere because of our highest quality of the product. And highest quality of product you get with highest investment machinery and all. And this is why we got partnership with people like Danieli, whose machinery is the top-class machinery.
We are building one of the most interesting projects that we are doing currently around the world. Is our first project in East Africa, but it will be, as you visit, it will be one of the top quality machinery and equipment around the world. And this is what we have been inquired. They asked us to supply something that would meet the standard of the best product quality around the world, because this is what roofing is believing in.
The new plant, valued at over $100 million, is a significant upgrade from previous production lines, offering greater efficiency and environmental sustainability.
So in terms of efficiency, we believe that with this level of automation, which Danieli is providing us, and with the level of precision as well, we will be even more quality conscious in terms of our delivery.
Dennis Igor for UBC.
Now, effective Monday, 24th March 2025, that's today, Karuma and Ayago bridges on the Kampala-Gulu Highway will be closed to all traffic to facilitate the scheduled installation of expansion joints. According to the Ministry of Works and Transport, the Masindi Port ferries have undergone repairs successfully and undergone full repairs and successfully completed sea trials and will be available to accommodate diverted traffic. UBC spoke to Alan Sempebwa, the Communications Officer, Ministry of Works and Transport.
Just to give you a background, we did schedule these works last year and they were ongoing until at a time during the festive season. Government of Uganda chose to create relief for traffic proceeding for the festive season to allow them move safely, and we were compelled to interrupt the rehabilitation works. But also we had a component of the bridge that we needed to install, the expansion joints, to further reinforce the bridge, ensure its long-term stability and strength. So those joints are already in the country, and we've made the preparations to install them. So today, the 24th of Monday, like we had been planning and preparing the road users, the bridge at Karuma has been closed to enable the installation of these expansion joints. Now, what that means is we're going to take a period of time, about 2 to 3 weeks, installing these joints. And once we are done, we'll open up the bridge. In the interim, we are devising, in fact, we've placed diversion signs at the different diversion points. First, towards the Masindi Port Bridge, rather Masindi Ferry, where we have 2 vessels that will be receiving the expected and anticipated traffic volumes. The other diversion is through the Makshan Falls National Park. So we've also put a diversion sign. So we're calling on motorists to be mindful, not to proceed to Karuma because you will find it closed. So get off at Masindi Port and use the vessels at Masindi Port. Alternatively, if you're proceeding to Pakwach, still, even to the Langwa and Acholi sub-region, you can use the route through the Makshan Falls National Park. It has its restrictions though. You cannot cross beyond 7 p.m. So you should be there before 7 p.m. But also driving at a speed limit of 40 kilometers per hour. We did a diagnostic or a health check of this bridge structure, and we did find really that the bridge was compromised. Some assets of the bridge were badly compromised. So we had to get the resources of the government of Uganda and the ministry and embark on this job.
Uganda's ambassadors from various missions abroad have cited the need for the establishment of permanent buildings in their countries of service for more effective service delivery.
The Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs held a Zoom meeting with Uganda's ambassadors from various high commissions worldwide to discuss their budgetary requests for the financial year 2025-2026, while also accounting for the allocations received in the previous budget. Online were representatives from Canberra, Abu Dhabi, Tehran, Tanzania, and the Ugandan High Commission in Tokyo, among others. The diplomats highlighted the significant efforts they are making to attract increased foreign investments to the country.
We do engage in different trade promotion, investment promotion activities, either when they are organized or in some cases we identify potential companies that can potentially invest in Uganda.
We are making some inroads. We are also seeing increased demand for sesame and okra, and we will continue to get participation in these promotion activities. In terms of science and technology transfer, we are promoting collaboration between IU and local universities here in Turkey.
They also raised concerns about renting properties, which they say affect their ability to deliver services effectively, highlighting the need for permanent buildings for the commissions.
Japan has a policy, they increase rate annually. Already we have received the communication relating that they have increased. So, Madam Chair, it is very important to get our own chancery.
The mission would propose that if we can acquire official residence and a chancery that we own, either by constructing one or purchasing an existing premise which we can own, in the long term, this would help us enhance the image of the embassy, but also the country, but also we will, over a long term, save on the rent that we currently spend.
The committee, led by Chairperson Catherine Lamwaka, commended the ambassadors for their tremendous work in strengthening foreign ties and enhancing trade and tourism.
In full support, and we would really want to help because they are our face, to the external world, and we would like to make sure that the face of Uganda is shining up there.
However, MPs expressed concerns about the unutilized funds from the last financial year by the commissions.
It's worrying that a health center in Pade will not receive maybe medicine because you have given money to one of the missions abroad and the monies are sent back to the National Treasury. It's pathetic. Accounting officers need to be held accountable for these messes going on.
Rebecca Nantongo, Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. Please keep it with us.
Pocket tambula buli street issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission. Internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo kaloni, nigga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Ganyiga star 278 then hash ujja kuba ngo oyingire mu kazannyo nga sente zino zimula wano zina wangula zino wano milioni 10.86 ebintu bino nasooka biraba ku TV nange saasoka kikiriza ninga mulaye kino kinzo kubanga kituufu oba yaddala sibya bufere sente zona zifunye zona zikoze ki naziwangudde amasanyu nina mangi ebyoto byange byembadde njagala ngenda bituukiriza.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulator.
Uganda fire! Uganda fire! Fire! Uganda fire! Fire! Uganda fire! Our border fire! Mtini fire! Nangone fire! 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 Chileka banda fire! Frenzy fire! Banana Masaka fire! Our taxi fire! Fire! Fire!
Uganda fire! Buy your tickets through MTN Momo on *165*20# and come support Uganda Cranes.
We are what? Unstoppable! We are what? Unstoppable! We are good with MTN. We are what? Unstoppable! We are good.
Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda Cranes. Together, we're unstoppable.
Is on a mission. It makes our gums happy and our teeth strong. See? We're moving forward and making changes.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth. And we'll leave no smile behind.
A smile that is white, fresh and beautiful is a smile to be proud of. Discover new Colgate White and Fresh for the whole family with high quality and an incredible price.
We thank you so much for watching. It's UBC TV News Tonight. Uganda People's Defence Forces officers have been urged to uphold discipline and steer clear of vices which undermine the credibility of the force. This was delivered during a decoration ceremony at the Uganda People's Defence Forces headquarters in Buya, presided over by the Commander, Land Forces, Lieutenant General Kayanja Muhanga, as Sharon Chomjisha reports.
A total of 507 recently promoted UPDF officers have been decorated at a formal military ceremony at the UPDF headquarters in Buya. Among them, 5 officers were promoted to Major General, 21 to Brigadier General, 60 to Colonel, and 99 to Lieutenant Colonel. Another 41 were elevated to Major, some in an acting capacity. Additionally, 141 officers rose to the rank of captain, while 140 were promoted to lieutenant colonel. The officers stood at attention as superiors and family members fastened fresh insignia onto their shoulders. The Commander, Land Forces, Lieutenant General Kayanja Muhanga, told the promoted officers to stick to discipline and be dedicated to duty, serve with professionalism, and uphold core values of the UPDF.
Discipline is very, very important, especially the type of work we do in the military. Very, very important. Integrity. Most people fall along the way. Dealing of army resources, you're indisciplined and you want to sell soldiers food, stealing of money, funds that government gives us. All that makes some people fall along the way before they reach these higher ranks.
Colonel Chris Magezi, the Acting Director, Defense Public Information, outlined the criteria for promotion.
For you to come here to the Ministry of Defense and UPDF headquarters and get decorated from here means you have hit a very big milestone. That's why these officers are here. It is to honor their hard work, their dedication. At this stage, they have spent almost more than half of their lifetime in service, and that is not something we take for granted.
With March being a month dedicated to celebrating women's achievements, the ceremony highlighted the UPDF's commitment to gender equality 3 female officers were promoted.
Fair environment is complete. There is no male chauvinism in UPDF rate. I thank the leadership for fostering agenda-free environment where there is no biases. It is just competition on merit. So we need to work hard as female. We need to work so hard so that we are promoted to ranks.
UPDF is a professional army. It's a preacher of the constitution. So it's a preacher of the constitution. So, and then women in emancipation is part of the constitution, provision of the constitution, and also His Excellency has been instrumental in promoting women. And the leadership has embraced women, and we've been able to serve those capacities, and I'm proud to be one of those.
Among the senior officers promoted were Major General Stephen Mugera, Major General Paul Muwanguzi, and Major General Keith Katunji. Also recognized for promotion, though absent from the ceremony, was Major General Felix Kulaije. Sharon Chomjisha, UBC News.
In business, agriculturalists have called for increased collaboration between government and the private sector to address challenges in Uganda's agriculture system. The call was made during a Kilimo Trust Media Breakfast meeting in Kampala.
Uganda experiences high level of food insecurity, malnutrition and reliance on rain-fed agriculture. But experts have called for comprehensive strategies to enhance food production with specialized farming, tailored to each region to address the socio-economic factors contributing to food insecurity in Uganda.
We believe that is a system that can be borrowed again, so that agroecologies that are more suitable for particular commodities take that strategic advantage to supply. For example, areas that are good for coffee should actually concentrate on coffee. And areas that are good for supply of vegetables should concentrate on vegetables and take advantage of the agroecological conditions to actually ramp up production and specialize as well. Our neighbors, Kenya and Tanzania, are very good at this. They've zoned the country, and the countries have actually specialized into production zones.
Agriculturalists are optimistic that with the adoption of climate-smart agricultural practices and better post-harvest handling techniques, Uganda can reduce its food import gap by up to 20%.
A lot of information asymmetry exists in those value chains. For instance, farmers produce, but they don't know who the buyers are. They do not know where to get the inputs from. They do not know what the consumer wants.
The 2024 National Housing and Population Census figures at Uganda Bureau of Statistics shows that 17 million Ugandans, roughly 35% of the country's population, live in urban centers. This urban migration has created a high demand for food, putting pressure on farmers to meet specific standards.
Thinking about 17 million people eating rice, maize, Irish potatoes, that is huge, especially if we are talking about production. But when we look on the production side, our yields are still very low. The yield gap is huge, and we can double or even triple in some cases our current yields to meet the needs of our consumers.
Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
The Uganda Golf Club, Kitante, has been a beehive of activity as the top hierarchy of the sport engaged in two historic and worthy events. Our reporter John Van Centum has it in detail.
Uganda's national golf team has returned in glory after beating Kenya in the Victoria Cup that climaxed at the Kipipiri Golf Club in Naivasha.
It's important to appreciate that when I was coming to office, I had a manifesto that read into junior development. And I'm happy that to date, the path to junior development is clear. The team had quite a number of juniors, and I'm very excited that you've delivered the results.
The team of 10, captained by Joseph Chinwai, edged Kenya by 14 to 11.5 after 3 days of enthralling golf action.
Working with young kids is something good because they listen to the captain, they listen to your orders from the coach, from the manager. So kudos to Uganda Golf Union for what they did, the early preparations, giving me the mandate to captain the team once again and bringing back the victory. We badly needed this victory because we had never won this tournament away from home, but well, the hard work has paid off, and finally we brought the trophy back home.
The team's return was graced by high-profile guests, including legislator Dickson Kateshumbwa, who delivered a token of appreciation.
Every time you win a cross, it is a hard job, and I congratulate you. Thank you for putting in the effort. Most of you are very young people. You have a very great future ahead of you.
On its way to a second Victoria Cup triumph, Uganda started with day one victory in the morning's foursomes, but lost the 4-ball better ball in the afternoon. Day two was similar to day one, with Uganda winning the foursomes before losing the 4-ball better ball. Going into the final day, Uganda already had a healthy lead that it didn't give away, despite losing the individual category by 4-6. The other players on the team were Elton Tembo, Regan Akena, John Musimenta, Abdu Kaketo, Peter Mayende, Anthony Yotukai, and Ibrahim Semakula. It was coached by Flavia Namakula, who attributed the team's success to a mix of experience and youthful exuberance.
Yeah, we kept on pushing, we kept on supporting the boys to push harder. Yeah, and I'm happy that we brought the trophy back home.
Namakula will continue working with some of these players on a Uganda team that has been named and will contest the All-Africa Junior Golf Championship in Tunisia next month.
With golf, we thank you so much for watching. That brings us to the end of what we had for you at this particular moment. We'll get back at 10 p.m. with a bigger arrangement. For now, our team with the front bench is ready, presided over and led by the one Jethro Kasaiji. My name is Micheal Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni. We hand you over to Jethro here for the front bench. Yes, Jethro.
This is the front bench. Live on UBC TV. Tonight we are talking issues concerning the education sector, the education system. We are meeting the Ministry of Education and Sports, and we are going to be tackling a number of issues concerning skills development, digital integration, as well as the different curriculum reforms that have been brought about by the ministry to ensure that we transform our education sector tonight. But also, those who have been into the education system, you've heard of a motto that goes, education is the key to success. Now, this is not the only thing that brings about success within someone's life. There are also other factors, but of course, education plays a very, very pivotal role. Tonight, I do have the Honorable Minister for Sports, Honorable Peter Ogwang. You're most welcome on the bench.
Thank you very much, and thank you to all our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. I also do have the Commissioner for Education and Planning, Mr. Okudi Robert, who is standing in for the Under-Secretary, Dr. Jane Egao Okou, whom I was supposed to host tonight. But of course, I also do have this gentleman, the Commissioner in charge of Planning. We are going to understand quite a number of things when it comes to issues, policies. Commissioner, you're most welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, viewers.
Well, thank you so much. Now, tonight, after understanding what we are going to be diving into, now what you have to do is to be part of this conversation using the hashtag UBC Frontbench, but of course sending in your questions on our WhatsApp number 0709602592. For now, it's time for unity.